Am I the asshole for not eating the meal my friend's husband made? I, 30 female, was at my best friend's, 30 female, house the other day, just hanging out at her kitchen table and telling her I was feeling pretty hungry and asking if she'd like to go down to the street to a place that makes amazing salads. They have a house salad with a specialty sauce I was craving, and I mentioned that to her. She said sure, but to wait a while because she needed to get some chores done first. Meanwhile, her husband, 34 male, was chatting with us too, then turned around to the counter to make something. I assumed he was making himself lunch. He's never cooked for us before and didn't say he was making us anything. I saw him chopping up veggies and tearing up chicken with his bare hands. He came out with a big salad bowl and said we didn't have to go to the place down the street. He said he made enough salad for everyone and bought a few bottles of their signature salad dressing that I was talking about earlier. Here's the problem. This guy is notorious for not washing his hands. My best friend is a nurse and she's constantly complaining to me about how gross his hand washing hygiene is. She's told me how he constantly gets sick because he never washes his hands. Whenever he travels, he always comes back with a bug of some sort, and my best friend says it's because of his lack of hand washing, even after using the bathroom. I've also seen him wipe huge amounts of snot from his nose with his bare hands, wipe it on his jeans, and not wash his hands. And I know he didn't wash his hands before making the salad because I was in the room and I saw him preparing the food and thought to myself, yeah, I see what my friend means by him never washing his hands. He's making himself lunch and didn't run the tap once, not even to rinse the veggies. So I'm sitting there awkwardly, not sure how to blow this off without offending him. I make up some lame excuse about not being hungry anymore. It was hard to think of a good excuse that quickly. Plus, I'm not the quickest thinker when I'm hungry. He looks a little hurt, and I make up some lie about how I'm on my period, and that makes my hunger fluctuate. Not great, I know, but again, I was really put on the spot so quickly. My best friend was there when this all went down. She finished what she was doing, and we left to go to town. A few blocks down, I grab a burger. She notices, and she knows me well enough to know when I'm lying and says, "You really didn't want to just eat my husband's salad, huh?" I confessed and told her about the hand washing thing. She looked hurt and said she could tell from his expression that he was hurt by my rejection of his offer and that he clearly didn't buy my lie. I said, "I'm sorry, but with everyone getting the flu nowadays and having a new baby, I just don't want to risk it. My son is 3 months old and my husband was watching him that day." My best friend was still upset on her husband's behalf. Am I the asshole?
Yes and no. Like, you are not the asshole for not wanting to eat the food, but you kind of are the asshole for just straight up lying about it.
No, I don't think so. I think she would have been more of an asshole if she was like, "I'm not eating that salad because you didn't wash your hands." I think this is a more polite way to go about it.
I guess, sure, but like you are still lying, where you can never be the asshole if you just tell the truth.
I disagree.
You disagree? I'm just saying, if I go and I'm like, I really, if you just say like, thank you, but no thank you. I appreciate you putting in the effort to do that, but I just watched you prepare that meal and I cannot eat something
that's so awkward. That's an awkward conversation.
It is. But are you not a bigger asshole for lying?
No, I don't think so. I think this is at least like saving yourself from an awkward conversation and also just like not hurting his feelings.
You hurt his feelings either way.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I feel like that's really fucking nasty. Yeah. And gross, especially after your friend had told you previously.
Yeah.
It would be one thing.
I'm confused why the friend is confused because what do you mean?
Exactly.
You're the one that told me all this.
Exactly. And it could be like one thing if I was like, hey, you didn't, like, maybe he washed his hands. You're like, he tore it apart tore the chicken apart by his hands. Like, there's nothing wrong with that if you wash your hands. Like, when you go to a restaurant,
but
not really. When you go to a restaurant and prep kitchens and stuff, like, they don't wear gloves. They touch your food with their hands. They wash it.
They don't shred chicken with their hands.
Depending, but like, they'll pull the chicken from like the pan and put it on your plate, like, with their fingers. Like, they're not wearing gloves and throwing the gloves out all the time. Like, you've worked in kitchens. I've worked in kitchens. Like, your food gets handled with bare hands, but you're supposed to wash your hands.
Yeah, I guess.
So I don't see anything wrong with that. But when you're watching him prepare it and you're like, oh shit, he didn't wash his hands. You're making a mental note of him not washing his hands because your friend has told you about the issues. Is like, yeah, like you're going to kind of come off as an asshole, but you're really not the asshole if you tell the truth and being like, I really appreciate you making that salad for me, but it really grossed me out how you didn't wash your hands.
Yeah.
And then maybe if he gets called out by somebody who's not his wife, maybe he'll fucking do something about it. That's really gross, not washing your hands after the washroom. And you always get sick because you don't wash your hands.
Yeah.
How do you still attracted to that?
No, truly though, like
Personal hygiene is such a big
ick.
one. That's a big ick. Oh, man.
Top comment says, not the asshole. I wouldn't be able to do it either. I work in healthcare too, and I'm definitely a germaphobe.
Yeah.
Another comment says, not the asshole. I'm sorry, but I wouldn't touch food made by someone who didn't wash their hands either. That's basic hygiene. Your friend should understand your point of view, as she was the one who told you about his disgusting habit. Your friend being offended on her husband's behalf when she knows damn well he doesn't wash his hands is a bit crazy. Yeah.
Okay, I will say, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you shouldn't call him out. I don't think you would 100% actually be the asshole, but you would definitely be coming across more of an asshole than what you currently did. And then your friend is just...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Your friend is just confused.
It would be more of an asshole move.
Like if I'm...
Because then you're throwing your friend under the bus, too.
Right? Yeah. If I'm thinking about it, I would probably, do what you said and just like, yeah, I'm just like not hungry anymore.
Yeah.
And then when your friend says something, be like, dude, you know why. If you have a problem with that, go tell your husband to wash his hands.
Yeah, no,
like,
exactly.
Don't make me the bad guy here.
Yes, exactly.
You're the Lulu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Point blank period.
I changed my thing. Yeah. All right.
Wait, is it point period blank?
I don't know, babe. I've never heard that expression before in my life. Talking about don't know expressions and stuff. The buck stops with you, okay?
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna have one more, final one.